I'm sure you've seen Scream 7 by now, but you guys, I've had to sit with this one. We have a lot to talk about. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I have been meaning to do my Scream 7 review for a couple of weeks now. I saw the movie when it came out, and immediately after I got really sick, I wasn't able to film a video or anything. I actually lost my voice and everything. So yeah, I've kind of had to push it off. I'm assuming that you have seen Scream 7. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers here just in case you haven't. Definitely go see that. Just want to say that. But honestly, when I first saw the movie, I wasn't really sure what I thought. I did like the movie. There was just a lot though, you know? Sometimes you have to see a movie a couple of times before you really want to say too much, you know. I wasn't really sure what I was really thinking or how I was feeling, but I did like it. Now I've had some time to kind of think about it and everything, so I definitely still wanted to make my review. So first and foremost, the opening scene, I actually really like. I think the whole opening scene was done really well. I think it was fun, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Getting into some of the characters, we'll do returning characters. Sydney and Gail, I think they both did a great job. I was glad to have Sydney back. I think she did great. I think she looked great, and it was really nice to have her back. Chad and Mindy, I think also, although didn't have a lot of screen time, what we did get, I liked. Some of the newer characters like Mark. I actually really liked Mark's character. Sydney and Mark's dynamic, I think, worked. I really liked them together, which was a little bit of a concern going into it. So I'm glad to see that they were able to pull that off. And for me, it worked. And I really liked his character. Tatum. So I liked Tatum's character. My only kind of complaint about it is I don't know anything about Tatum at all. The only thing that we know about Tatum is that she's Sidney Prescott's daughter, right? And I mean, they definitely made sure that we knew that, which, I mean, only told us like 15 times during the entirety of the movie, constantly hearing how Tatum is Sidney Prescott's daughter, like so much so that it reached a point where it actually became redundant, you know, like obviously we know that. We know Tatum is Sidney's daughter going into this movie. We already know that. So for them to really just drill like so hard that that's Sidney's daughter, but yet nothing else about the character at all, that for me was kind of an issue, because like why, like what I do imagine in a future get more into Tatum as a character, of course, but I don't know, but it would have been nice to have a little something to kind of chew on a little bit other than what we got with her character. But moving on to some of the other newer characters like Tatum's friend group and everything. Okay, so I like the characters, I guess. I mean, you know, it's a situation where like I don't dislike them, but at the same time, do I really like them? I mean, I don't know them, and that's the thing. That is the issue. Like, we don't know these characters, right? So I will say that I do think we got some good kills from Ghostface, which is always good. But the problem is the characters I just didn't care about, you know? Like, it's not... Scream is not the kind of movie that you watch if you just want to see crazy, brutal kills. Like, it's just not that type of movie. I think it's nice to have some of that in there too, sure, but you need to care about the character. How can you care if you don't even know anything about anything? I mean, we don't even know anything about Tatum. Why would we know anything about her friends or care about her friends, right? I mean, it's just... So I do think we got some good kills, but they had no substance to it, though. I have a video where I did predictions of who I think was going to survive and who was not. Most of those predictions I actually did get right. There was a couple that I missed, but most of them were right, which one of the biggest ones that I think that should have happened that didn't was the twins. I think one of them should have died, you know, not because I want them to. I actually like both of those characters, Chad and Mindy both. I don't want either one of them to die, but I feel like they should have. Like, this is a horror movie, right? At the end of the day, the only characters that died is the ones you literally don't know or don't care about. Like, you know, I feel like there has to be more. Obviously, you're not going to kill Sydney and, you know, her daughter and everything. So I'm not saying that they both have to die, but one of them, right? And it honestly doesn't even matter which one. It really doesn't. Just pick one. If it were me, I would probably say Mindy, but honestly, it really doesn't even matter. But I feel like there's no reason that both of them should have survived this movie. I think one of them should have died, but that's just me. So getting into the reveal and who Ghostface is and all of that, I've seen a lot of different opinions on it. Some people love it, some people hate it. But what I will say is the majority of the people that don't like it or are not happy with it and the complaints that I've seen, they are all related to the third act. Right? The majority of the complaints. So, killer reveal and the motive. And that would be my biggest complaint as well. I mean, it wasn't really a surprise to me that Jessica was one of the ghost faces. I mean, I think a lot of us pretty much kind of was thinking it was going to be her going into this movie. A lot of people thought she would be Leslie Mocker, which was not the case. But nonetheless, it's not a huge shocker that she was Ghostface. I think the biggest issue with it is the motive. And then the other Ghostface who, you know, I didn't really suspect as much. So it was, in comparison, I guess, a little bit more of a surprise, but not necessarily like in a good way though. We find out he's Ghostface and then bam, he's dead. Like, we don't even hear anything from him, like, at all. We hear nothing. He's just Ghostface and then he's dead and that's it. So then the whole other third Ghostface, you know, the one that was revealed first where Gail ran him over, which I think that was a interesting way to bring Gail into the movie. I'm just kind of a little bit all over the place. And then Stu, so I loved having Matthew Lillard back, having Stu back, like, love that, right? But I don't really know how that ties into anything really as far as the motive goes. I mean, obviously the motive itself had nothing to do with Stu or the previous characters they brought back as well. It was just AI, but even the motive had nothing to do with that. So the whole motive was Jessica was a fan of Sydney's book and then was mad because she disappeared and wasn't in New York. Like, what? I'm sorry. You're going to have to run that by me again. What? I'm not that crazy about it. I still like the movie. I still enjoy the movie. In my opinion, there is no such thing as a bad Scream movie, right? I mean, there's some that's better than others, obviously, but there's not a bad one. They're all fun to watch. They're all enjoyable to me. At the same time, though, I mean, I do have my opinions, you know, on things that I'm not too crazy about, just like everyone else does. As a whole, I did enjoy the movie. I did like it. I am working on my ranking video of where Scream 7 is going to fall into my ranking. I'm also going to do a Ghostface ranking and all of that, so stay tuned for that. But you guys, I need to know what you think about Scream 7. Like, do you like the movie, or are you happy with the direction that they took? Were you surprised at all? Is there anything that you would change or you wish they would have done differently? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions, and thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you in the next one.